Be Your Dream maak drome waar deur middel van verskeie projekte wat mense motiveer, inspireer en touwys maak om hul drome te bereik. Hierdie is 'n trotse Be Your Dream projek.
I'm the director of 33andMe Talent Agency, director of 33andMe Model and Artist Management, producer of the International Arts Talent Showcase, as well as presenter of Live Your Dream, the TV show that is traveling, actually televising our national auditions, creating hope, educating and empowering our nation.
As deel van die Live Your Dream TV-program reis LCB reg oor Suid-Afrika op soek na groot talent wat hulle harte op die verhoog met ons deel. Van hierdie akteurs, kunstenaars, dansers en modelle wat dit deurmaak na die IATS audisies, kry die geleentheid om op te tree voor 'n internasionale paneel. Hierdie audisies maak dit moontlik om oor see op te tree. Die week besoek LCB haar humble beginnings in Oos-London, waar die drome van 'n jong LCB begin het. Ons vind meer uit.
Dit is net hier, by hierdie spesifieke karavaanpark, op hierdie grond waar ek staan vandag, waar die droom van 'n jong dogtertjie in die klein LCB begin het. En hier staan ek vandag met baie trots en dankbaarheid in my hart vir wat die Here gedoen het. Van hierdie oomblik in my lewe waar 'n karavaan wat hier gestaan het, 'n klein dogtertjie wat in haar skipants rondgehardloop het sonder skoene, groot drome gehad het en vandag hier kan staan as 'n vrou en kan sê, elkeen, maak nie saak waarvandaan jy kom nie, is geseën met die voorreg om 'n geleentheid in die lewe te gryp en te sê dat ek is ook die moeite werd. En vandag kan ek sê dat ek werklik my droom ten volle uitlewe.
Vandag gaan Anais Butler, internasionale kunstenaar, producer en liedjeskrywer, ons ontmoet saam LCB.
Right now we are standing at the Nahoon Caravan Park, East London Wind. It has never changed. And Nate, this is exactly the stand, the caravan. The caravan was right, yeah, so my sister and I had a caravan.
Yeah.
Then there was a tent, and then my parents were right across.
You know, it's so funny because this isn't quite what I imagined. You know, if anybody knows you and they see you and they see your sister and they see all the grand, you know what I mean? They see all the grand. However, but what I do sense here, I see where your resilience came from. I see where the strength came from. And what's the feeling that you're feeling right now, knowing that came to a reality?
I think for me, standing here is extremely humbling. And it's these humble beginnings on this specific piece of land where we're standing that the dream started.
Being back is, as Aspi said, it's really humbling, and it's like taking you back to great memories. Now standing here, but you know what, no matter where you come from, it is not where you're going, and you can make choices to either be stuck in this or you can move on from this.
I'm kind of wondering, when did you know that society or people were looking down at you because of where you lived and where you came from?
When your friends weren't allowed to come over to play at your house, but you were welcome to play at theirs because they were living in big fancy mansions as to where we lived. So yeah, my friends, I had one special friend, she used to come and visit, but the rest of the friends is just like, they'll be friends at school, but that's how far it went. So those weren't the real friends.
What I do remember that was an adjustment for me is, you know, we didn't have a toilet or, you know, a shower or a bath here. We had to walk every night, so that building right there, you had to take your stuff every day, and, you know, that was not just camping. That was our daily lives, so that's how we lived. And then you go to your friends' houses and they've got their own bathrooms in the room, and I'm like, hey guys, you know, there's a little bit of a difference here. But it never affected me, I just looked at what they have and I was like, one day we'll be there too. So for me it was an inspiration to be able to see what the world looks like through someone else's eyes. And I think that is what keeps me humble to this day, is the fact that I was able to have such a humble upbringing, that I appreciate each moment and each gift in this present moment.
What would the older Elsabe tell that younger Elsabe that's packing that packet? What would you tell her?
I would tell her that I'm so proud and that you don't have to be perfect to be beautiful. I would thank her for putting in the work, even though it was hard. And I would tell her to embrace life a little bit more and to appreciate the moments, because we rush and we fight so hard to get to the top, but once you get to the top, you are never satisfied. And you keep racing, and then life brings you to a point where your season changes.
You guys are standing right now on the foundation of prayer, discipline, hardship, victory, and the East London Caravan is what built you guys. I wouldn't change anything of your story because it's impacted me so much. So thank you guys.
As deel van Live Your Dream kry Elsabe die geleentheid om in luukse hotelle te bly. Die week besoek Elsabe die Premier Hotel in Oos-London.
Wow. Guys, welcome to the Premier Hotel, East London, ICC. I am in the Ambassador Suite right now, and I am too excited and overwhelmed and overjoyed because this is prime location in my hometown, something that I have never ever experienced. From being a small town girl at the Nahoon Caravan Park to being in an Ambassador Suite, a beautiful view, a jacuzzi bath, a lounge suite, and a surrounded veranda. I am in heaven and in absolute awe. Let me go and show you what this beautiful suite looks like. I mean, guys, this is the ultimate haven. A surrounded veranda, your own private kitchen, a lounge, as well as an actual dining room. This is any individual's dream. I am ultimately living my dream in my hometown, East London, and I'm excited to share this entire journey with you. Follow me upstairs because there's a little bit more that awaits. This is not all. No. Your own private jacuzzi in an Ambassador Suite. Now this is living. This is East London, Premier Hotel, ICC. Ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely the place to be. And this is where I am going to live my dream. I am blessed, humbled, and absolutely excited to be in my hometown, hosted by the Premier Hotel, East London, ICC, a venue so spectacular that when I walked into this remarkable property, I felt extremely humbled and blessed. Being an East London homegrown girl walking into this remarkable venue made me feel that everything in life is possible. I am now joined by Pierre that's going to tell us a lot more about what this remarkable hotel has to offer. Pierre, welcome to Live Your Dream.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for hosting myself, Nate Butler from the United States of America, as well as the Live Your Dream and Be Your Dream team.
It's a pleasure.
I just wanted to say, when I walked in here and I saw the decor, when I left East London, this building was not here. And this is my first time as a grown-up being back in East London, walking into your prime location. What are the unique elements that you have at the Premier Hotel?
Elsabe, I think Premier, the whole complex, the ICC complex, is unique in the sense that you have two hotels here that I think a lot of people don't realize. You've got the original hotel, the Premier Regent, and then the ELICC hotel was added a few years later, including the convention center. So it's uniquely positioned to cater for much bigger events than I think East London knows or understands. Between the two hotels, there's 435 bedrooms.
Wow.
The convention center itself itself has 17 different venues. It's got the capacity to host big galas. It can host conventions. We have hosted international conventions. It hosts the Ironman annually. And it just caters for so many things to so many people. It's a wonderful product. Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely remarkable. When I walked in, I just felt that I am in another country. I felt like I'm in the United States. We got lost going to our rooms last night.
We can do all kinds of functions. We have hosted the president. Wow. It's very safe, it's very secure. It's got its own lift to the presidential suites. And it's uniquely positioned in terms of the sea. I mean, I don't know if there's another.
It's the beachfront.
I don't know how many hotels are right on top of the beach. And in the greater Eastern Cape, the Wild Coast. So it's a gem, and I think it's a little bit of a secret here in East London as to what it is and what Premier has become over the last 30 years, because this is a homegrown product, Premier. It started 30 years ago here in East London, and the owner and managing director has gone from one little hotel in Quickly to 25 hotels across the country.
Well, Pierre, thank you so much for sharing your story and also allowing myself and the viewers into what it is that you are doing every single day. Living your dream is what I just heard, is that you wake up every day and you do what you were born to do and created to do.
My name is Nate Butler, and welcome to Live Your Dream television show. Guys, we are here in East London, and we are ready to see the best actors, models, dancers, and singers. Look, are you ready, South Africa, for what is to come? Guys, I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's get to it.
Volgende gaan Nate Butler, die internasionale kunstenaar, producer en liedjeskrywer, sy kennis deel met ons deelnemers.
You want to know what makes your gift really stand out? Is when you understand who your gift is for. Because your gift isn't for you. This is really important. Your gift isn't for you. Why do they call it a gift? It's because you give it to who? Somebody else. You give your gift to somebody else. Why do you think you just got a gift so you can just do nothing with it? You actually give it to someone else. This is what makes our gift so powerful. Because the more that you understand, I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for somebody else, the more you're gonna want your gift to be extremely packaged well. What's the best part about giving a gift to somebody? The wrapping, right? And also seeing, somebody said it, their reaction. Now, how about this? When somebody gives you a gift, or how about this? When somebody gives you a gift, right? Aren't you looking at it? Aren't you so really excited to want to know, they thought about me, this is amazing. But when you open it up, you just like, oh, this can't be for me. Right? Because they didn't put any thought behind it. This is why it's so important for us to be prepared when we're giving our gift, so when people open it up and they see it, they receive it well. And they want to get more gifts from you.
Die Oos-London audisies word afgeskop deur die akteurs. Op die beoordelaarspaneel vandag het ons vir Elsabie met al haar ondervinding met talent, Nate Butler, international artist, producer, songwriter, en Anais, artist, producer, and songwriter.
You are going to hear the truth. Who am I and who are you? You know why I didn't have an address for 3 months? Because I was in jail trying to impress you, so I stole a suit from a mall, and I haven't been answering your calls for the last 3 months, and now you come up to me and you are angry. You know, today I ran up 11 steps up to the building, holding a pen in my hand.
My name is Damon Braceland, and today I'll be performing a monologue of my own creation. Whenever I create something, I just look at what has currently happened in previous events and I create things from that. When I can't find something, if I'm not happy with it, I just create it.
Really? Really, Janet? I thought we spoke about this. You specifically said that you were okay with it, so just stop. Please, just stop. I don't have the patience for this right now. These days, I can't even hear myself think. And boundaries matter to me. Not just this. And there are other very important things in our relationship that you just don't seem to care about. I mean, like, what about my time? Huh? In my personal space? Is everything just about what you want? What about my wants? You know, I used to go out gambling with the guys every Friday evening as a reward for working my poor hard fingers to the bone. And you don't even let me do that anymore? There's gonna have to be some serious, and I mean some serious changes in this relationship, because at this rate, all the stress is gonna make me go bald and grey. Is that what you want? A bald monk of a boyfriend for the rest of your natural life? Just remember you're gonna marry.
Damon, I thought you was a whole other person. Meaning you were so committed to the role. It was amazing. Great job. I mean, it just looked like method acting. It was awesome, man. Congratulations.
I'm Latita Mkentele 157. So, I was reading my paper and the waiter came over and asked if I was alone. Well, it was obvious that I was alone. I was sitting there in the booth by myself. So, I was reading my paper and the waiter came over and asked if I was alone. Well, it was obvious that I was alone. I was sitting there in a booth by myself.
Whoa, where are you going? No, we don't quit. Let's go. Come on, guys, give a round of applause. We don't quit.
So, I was reading my paper and the waiter came over and asked if I was alone. Well, it was obvious that I was alone. I was sitting there by myself in a booth. Did he think that I had an imaginary friend with me? I was alone. Did he have to rub it in? It was in his tone. What he said was, "Are you alone?" But what he meant to say was, "You alone, aren't you?" I can't imagine that he's not alone every day of his single, pathetic life. I wanted to stab him in the caved and sunken chest. But all I said was, "No, I'm Mary, thank you."
So, I'm going to talk to you about the industry from a music artist's perspective. If you perform with an instrument or you audition with an instrument, what I look for usually, I want to see, can you sing on metronome? In the industry, we talk about click. In SA, we talk about click. Is you should know your strengths, you should know your weaknesses and compensate for them. Okay, can you sing on track? Can you sing on click? When I say track, I mean backtrack. Who brought a backtrack today? Yes. Anyone this side? Singers this side? Yes. Okay, cool.
I climbed across the mountain tops, swam all across the ocean blue. I crossed all the lines and I broke all the rules. Maybe I broke them all for you, because even when I was flat broke, you made me feel like the million bucks you do, and I was made for you.
Volg volgende is dit tyd vir die sangers om op te tree.
My name is Josh Hayes. I'm going to be singing and modeling for today. As a singer, everybody wants to go become somewhat famous, but just to make a career out of a passion that I love and enjoy doing what I do every day of my life.
Yeah, but now I'm dodging potholes in my sunburned Silverado, like a heartbroken desperado, headed right back to my roots. Something about the way she kissed me tells me she loved Eastern Tennessee. Yeah, but all I brought back with me was some sand in my boots.
You need to pick it up. We can't start over again. So when you're ready, you just pick it up.
Broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round. Move mountains.
This is a young lady that sat in your seat, and this is how far she's come. The journey where she can embrace and perform on this platform for our televised auditions.
You and I see different sides. How did we get so wrong? Now I'm feeling how I'm feeling, chasing feelings, so I'm losing my breath. And I've been praying, still believing I'll find meaning in my not healing yet. I should have known better. Think I turned it all around to something when I
Tyd vir die dansers om hul danspassies te deel. Van hierdie kunstenaars, akteurs, dansers en modelle wat dit deurmaak na die IATS en IMTA audisies, kry die geleentheid om op te tree voor 'n internasionale paneel. Hierdie audisies maak dit moontlik om oorsee op te tree, om op die planke van Fashion Week te loop, in internasionale musiekvideo's te dans of om selfs hul stem Amerika toe te neem.
I'm ready to see these models bring it. Models, are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, okay. If you're not ready, we will continue performing. We don't have a problem with that at all. I can tell you, I'm going to start off number 1, dancers. Mfundo, I'm sure you can agree with me that this was superb. Models, not everyone can get a yes, but I can tell you, you are 10 times more powerful than what I've seen throughout the country. I want to say to the models today, it was not easy. Actors, let me start quickly, real quick. Actors, technicality, there's work. You need to do your research. YouTube is free. Why am I saying that? Because you're choosing a career where you're going to get rejected for a living. So yes, you entered an industry that is based upon rejection, but I'm saying to you, I'm giving you direction today. May that be the journey that you choose. So ladies and gentlemen, there's special awards that need to be mentioned today, and these are individuals that we had to break our heads over. Ultimately, we've got overall awards for today's performers and performances. Congratulations, models, actors, singers, dancers. I want to say huge congratulations.
The journey with you starts from this moment onwards. I cannot wait to have the Eastern Cape at my 11th annual talent showcase, showing every single one that is going to be there, what you guys bring to the stage.
Hierdie toekennings is callbacks wat deelnemers die geleentheid gee om by die nasionale showcase op te tree en te audisieer vir INTA in Amerika. Ons besoek volgende die Grazia restaurant, waar die Live Your Dream span die Oos-London week afgesluit het met 'n heerlike maaltyd.
Here we are once again in my hometown, and I'm going to speak to Lee, the general manager for just over a decade at the most classiest as well as fine dining cuisine restaurants right here in East London. Lee, welcome to the Live Your Dream TV show.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to have you.
What do you feel as a GM is it that brings customers back to this location?
Grazia has been a big part of East London for almost going into our 18th year now. A big part of that is to make sure that our local clientele, which is a huge part of our business, almost 80%, that we are consistent when they come here, and to provide the very best in ingredients, South African wines, and to keep above and just make sure that we're testing everything on a daily basis and bringing in as much new food flair and South African wines as we can. Grazia Linden, who's the owner and started the restaurants 18 years ago, she's been in the restaurant game for, I can't even tell you. She came to South Africa when she was 18.
Wow.
And her family restaurant goes back to before she was 12. So being internationally Italian, she's always overseas in Cape Town, and when she comes back, she brings back such a flair. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't be where we are.
Well, guys, there you have it. It was an honor speaking to Lee, the general manager of such an iconic restaurant that is under the leadership of a remarkable woman that I would love to personally meet one day.
My name is Eric Ngubane. I think the leadership, they're coming from Grazia because we learn a lot from her. We must make sure what we're doing exactly all the time. The customers, they mustn't get disappointed.
Hallo, my naam is Elswie Verlinden. Ek is die direkteur van 33 and Me Talent Agency, producer van the International Arts Talent Showcase en so ook die agent wat help om jong talentvolle kunstenaars in Suid-Afrika die wonderlike geleentheid te gun om hulle talent internasionaal te vat en so ook internasionaal kan gaan studeer. En op 16 waar ek vir my sussie gesê het, my grootste droom is om eendag my eie gebou te hê. Ek wil modelklasse kan aanbied. Ek wil 'n modelagent wees. Ek wil modelle oorsee stuur. Ek lewe my droom ten volle uit. En vandag wil ek jou motiveer om in jouself te glo en te weet dat jy werklik jou droom ten volle kan uitlewe, want jy is die verkose een in jou eie storie.
Elsabie besoek al die provinsies op soek na talent. Vandag sluit ons die Oos-London audisies af. Skakel in volgende keer om nog lokale talent te sien wat hoop om hul drome te bereik. Jy weet nooit, jou beurt is dalk volgende.